October is often known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer affects millions of people throughout the globe. Without taking anything away from this horrible disease, many do not know that October is also recognized as National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Month. Most importantly, October 15th in the United States is known as National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. This is a day of remembrance for pregnancy loss and infant death, which includes, but is not limited to, miscarriage and ectopic pregnancy, stillbirth, SIDS, or the death of a newborn. Today we will look at how important this day is for thousands of people throughout the United States. On October 25th, 1988, the Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Movement began in the United States. This is when President Ronald Reagan designated the month of October as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. Ronald Reagan said that when a child loses his parent, they are called an orphan. When a spouse loses his or her spouse, they become a widow or widower. When parents lose their child, there isn't a word to describe them. This month recognizes the loss so many parents experience across the United States and around the world. It is also meant to inform and provide resources for parents who have lost children due to miscarriage and ectopic pregnancy, molar pregnancy, stillbirths, birth defects, SIDS, and other causes. In 2002, the October 15th Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day campaign began as an American movement. Robin Baer, Lisa Brown, and Tammy Novak petitioned the federal government as well as governors from each of the 50 states, resulting in 20 signing proclamations recognizing October 15, 2002 as the first observance of Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. As a further effect of the American campaign effort, the House of Representatives, in supporting the goals and ideals of National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day, passed a resolution cementing this day on October 28, 2006. All 50 states yearly proclaim the day, with 8 states enacting permanent proclamations. These states are Arkansas, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, New York, and Rhode Island, and South Dakota. Tammy Novak, the founder and president of Angel Babies Forever Loved, Incorporated, wrote, "It starts as a dream. You have decided you want to have a baby. You dream of how it will feel to have a baby in your house. You picture what you do for its room, but it's still a dream, what you hope for. Then the day arrives, you find out that you're pregnant. Hooray! The dream has become a reality. You're going to the doctor and you're making plans. There's a little life growing inside you, and it's your child. Now you have the reality of your dream, a baby, and more dreams come. Will it be a boy? Will it be a girl? You immediately start thinking of names, what he or she will look like. We all know what's supposed to happen. We're supposed to have a healthy baby, of course. Yet, that doesn't always happen. Rather, through miscarriage, stillbirth, new birth, death, or SIDS, some of us lose our babies. And it's a shattered dream, and it's a shattered reality. You have to deal with the loss of hopes and dreams, and with the loss of your child. This is no easy task. Your child is dead. That is the most devastating loss to any parent. You have also lost your dreams for that child. How to deal with it was always the biggest question. You will need to go through the grief process. Feel what you need to feel. Most importantly, get a support system. That is, people you can talk to openly about what has happened to you. This could be your family, your friends, your support groups. Someday, the pain will ease. You'll always love your baby, and you'll never forget him or her. Just remember, you're not alone. Many times, those who have undergone miscarriage or infant loss ask a lot of questions. We often ask ourselves, what did I do wrong? What caused this loss? Will it happen again? Why did God let this happen? And finally, why me? A loss of a child changes the nature of one's life and relationship. The foundation of one's relationship with their partner is tested. For some, their relationship cannot overcome this pain. Many blame each other. Others make peace with their loss and work through their pain. Regardless, the pain often takes control of that relationship. According to marchofdimes.org, the definition of a miscarriage is when the baby dies in the womb before 20 weeks of pregnancy. For women who know that they are pregnant, 15% of pregnancies end in miscarriage within the 12th week. This percentage drops to about 5% between 13 and 19 weeks of pregnancy. About 1% of women will have a repeat miscarriage. Ectopic.org.uk states that ectopic pregnancy is a common, occasionally life-threatening condition that affect 1 in 80 pregnancies. Ectopic pregnancy occurs when a woman's egg is fertilized in implants outside the womb. The most common, about 95%, are in the fallopian tube, while 3% are incisional inside the part of the fallopian tube that crosses into the uterus. The other 2% of ectopic pregnancies are from various causes. When we look at how confusing the loss of a child is for a woman and her partner, the mother typically looks inward and blames themselves. The support system that families have in place often do not know how to provide assistance or support. This leaves the mother and their partner lost and alone to deal with their loss. We often hear, well, at least you know you can get pregnant, or when the grieving process is taking longer than other people are expecting, the comment, it's been a long time, it's time to get over it. This can cause resentment for the person's support system. People that we love and we trust are offering these words that aren't sympathetic at all. They feel more attacking, like we're being attacked. And what we don't realize is that they're just as confused and lost as we are. And it creates an isolation, or a perceived isolation, that often compounds the couple's pain. Many therapeutic counselors often do not know how to treat the grief of a child or an infant. This can reaffirm the issues in the relationship and often creates more confusion. For many of you who watch our channel on a regular basis don't know that I'm finishing up my master program in clinical counseling. Besides wanting to use this degree to help veterans work through their issues, I also want to bring awareness to infant loss and pregnancy loss through grief counseling. But October 15th is today. And Amber and I want to share our story. On August 29th, 2016, we had to say goodbye to our first confirmed pregnancy. To that point in our marriage, we had struggled with conceiving a child of our own. We had been married for 11 years. We went through a 7-month deployment. And we also had a few moves within my Navy career. We found out we were pregnant on August 25th. This was the best news we had ever had, up to date. So we went to the doctor, they confirmed our pregnancy, and they conducted an ultrasound. They said they could not find what they call the yolk sac, and could not tell us how far along we were. And we were told to go home and come back on Monday to do some labs and to see if our HCG levels doubled. Monday came, and the levels didn't double. We were sent to OBGYN, and the doctor performed his exam and confirmed what we were dreading. He confirmed that we were having an ectopic pregnancy, and that we would have to decide if we wanted to have surgery to remove our baby or to take a pill that would do the same. Like I said, up to this point, I had been married to Amber for 11 years. Amber is a people pleaser. She has a huge heart, She's always looking out for others above herself. So for her to make a decision that would affect somebody else, Amber doesn't make that decision lightly and often asks for feedback from the other person. But on August 29th, I've never seen Amber more decisive than she did that day. She elected to have the surgery. We were then told to go to the other building to be prepped for surgery. We made our way to the car and just broke down. After about 30 minutes, the hospital called looking for us. We made our way to the OR. The surgery would take about an hour. I left to get a night bag and check on Echo. I went back to the hospital. After Amber was placed in recovery, the doctor came out and told me that we made the right decision. He stated that Amber had a lot of internal bleeding and that one of two things would have happened. Either we would have had to come back to the OR to have the surgery, or she would have bled out. And this hit me in a couple ways. First was that Amber's decisiveness was from God. God knew what was happening and took over that situation. The second was that I came so close to losing my wife. The past 3 years have been difficult. The loss of our child divided us more than we care to admit to anyone that's standing in front of us. I was struggling with the thought of almost losing my wife. Then about 6 months later, I started grieving the loss of my child. But in a sense, our grieving, how we were grieving, Amber and I, flipped. So for the first 6 months, she was grieving the loss of our child, and then she came to the realization that she almost died and started grieving that aspect. The foundation of our marriage was being challenged. We were not on the same page emotionally and how we were grieving. Amber was grieving our baby. I was grieving the news of almost losing my wife. Then we flipped. This caused resentment in our marriage because we didn't know how to communicate through the pain and hurt. Today we are better though, because we chose to stand by each other and work through it. The loss gained an appreciation for one another. Most importantly, me knowing that life is that short where I almost lost my wife. But we also had to overcome the joy and happiness that baby would have given us. Like Tammy Novak said, our reality was destroyed. Like many others who share this story, we named our baby. We felt that this was important to our recovery and brought unity for one another. We named our baby Rain. We chose this name because the moment Amber went into surgery, it rained all night until we were released from the hospital the next day. Additionally, we started to talk about naming our baby, and we couldn't decide on a good name. And then Garth Brooks' song Thunder Rolls came on the radio. And it just made sense to name our baby Rain. We stand with so many who have had to say goodbye to their child prematurely. We stand with those who never got the chance to meet their baby, yet hold on to their memory. We vow to keep our baby in our memory. On our first Remembrance, or anniversary, or remembrance, or day of remembrance, however you want to phrase that term, we release balloons for our baby. Talking about our baby is not always easy, but sometimes we want to share in his memory. We created our channel to bring positivity to our world and to our lives and be a part of your world. It's not always easy to create videos and take time to edit them. Yet the enjoyment of sharing a small piece of our lives with you helps us get over our grief. We never share this on videos, but almost every time we go to the parks to shoot a video for our channel, we have a few raindrops that land on our windshield. We look at it as drops of rain coming from rain to say that he is with us and he's going to enjoy our day with us. So as we close our video, we appreciate all of you for watching. We join you in your sorrow, and we will never forget how impactful the loss of a baby has on our lives. Today, October 15th, we unite and light a candle for our babies. Today, we light a candle for Rain, baby Montoya, baby Rockwell, and the Erickson babies. All these babies were taken from us, but their memories will never fade. Thank you all for watching, and always remember the babies that were sent to heaven.